This video is an overview of the scripting language. We won't go into details, but it should give you a good idea of what you can do with it. All the documentation about the scripting language is on the website. So you go to the help page, and from the table of content, at the end of the table of content, you have a section called scripting language, and from there you can have access to the detailed documentation. On this video I'm going to show you some script examples that you will find on the website. So the first column is the name of the file, short description. You can have access to the source code if you click here, so you can copy and paste this code into a file on your computer. Or a better way to do it is to download all the files in one step. By clicking on this button, you will have access to a zip file. There are many ways in LoopToGo to use script. As you can see from LoopToGo 2.0, there's a new menu here which is called scripts, and from there you can either link a script to a MIDI or keyboard event, or you can add a script button which we'll call a script. The script buttons are located here on the left of the main looper window, and when you click on the button, the script associated with the button will be called. Or also you can have the script button in a different window if you want, so you can put it on another screen. And also you can add a marker, a script marker, and you choose which script will be called when the song will go past this bar. And also there's a very useful tool that is called Manage Script, and this tool is mainly used for developing a new script or editing an already existing script. So now we'll see a simple example of a script. The script is called Hello World, so I will type hello to find it. So Hello World. Also I could have just search for it here and select it. And if I hit the Run Selected Script button, a small window will appear and also there will be Hello World displayed in the console. This script has also been designed to display the argument. So we can type hi here and run the script. Now we say hi. And if we want to have two words, we can put them in quotes and run the script again. So we have the output. If we want to see the script or change it, we can click on the Edit Selected Script here, and this will bring us the default text editor. And in there we can see what the script looks like. So by default we have the hello world. If there's an argument provided, we use it instead of the default value, and then we print it in the console and we print it in the message box. Also from this window we can create a new script by clicking on this button. If we're satisfied with the script that we just tested, we can use the three buttons here to link the script to a MIDI or keyboard event, or to create a script marker or create a UE button. Also, if there are arguments specified here, they will automatically be copied into the interface here. So it's much more easy to use these buttons to create a script marker, UE button, or to link to MIDI or keyboard event than using the menu here. finally, and in this window you can also see a list of the scripts that are linked to a MIDI or keyboard event. For example, here we have the shortcuts Alt R and Alt P that are linked to the same script, create loop for section. The only difference is that this one has no argument and this one has one as argument. Now let's see another example of a script that a very simple script that we have to, for example, add a record loop. So we're gonna search for record. So add record loop, and if we click on the looper view, there will be a track selected, and the song bar will be, for example, at 25. And if we run the script, it will create a record loop that is 1 bar in length, so from 25 to 26. If we want to use the same script to create a longer loop, we can use the user argument. User argument are arguments that are typed by the user just before calling a script. So for example, if we would like to have the loop starting at 28 for 3 bars, we could type 28. The window has to be selected, 28, and the number will appear just at the bottom here. And then we hit semicolon and we type 3 for 3 bars, and then we run the script again. So the script, the record loop is created from bar 28 to 31. If we want to use the first argument by default but have a longer, specify the bar length, then we just have to click semicolon, and then for example, if we want 4 bar, we type 4 and we run the selected script, and then we have a record loop of a length of 4 bar starting at the bar that we selected. As I said, this video is just an overview, so I won't go into details about how these scripts are written, but again, if you want to modify this script, you just have to make sure it's selected and go edit script, and you will be able to see the script and change its behavior if you want, or create a new script from this script. Okay, now I will show you some other examples for simple scripts that are linked to script buttons. So I will close this window. For these examples, I will use the section labeling that you see on top here. These sections have been created using the chord editor. As you see, I have a song in there, but you could also create the marker either by clicking here, select section marker, and type the name of the section like this, or you can also select a bar and hit Ctrl K, and then you just type the name of the section. It's faster this way. But for now, I will get rid of these markers. As you can see, they are not the same color because they were created manually, and the section markers from the song editor are all the same colors. So what I want to show you, I will hit Ctrl U, and in there I have the song structure view that shows where are the section markers, where they start and what length they have. Okay, now I'm going to show you 2 scripts that are used to set the beginning and the end of a loop. For example, for a voice, maybe you would like to record from the first verse to the end of the song. So what you can do is get rid of these 2 loops, and you select this record loop. You select the beginning of where you want to record, and hit the set start to selected section. and now the record loop start at the first verse, and then while the loop is still selected, you can select the end of the song and hit the second button. So now you have the record loop that start at the verse and end at the end. When you keep your mouse over a script button, you can see which script will be called if you hit that button. That's very useful. Also, if you right click on the button, you can edit the script, choose another script, change the button position, you can change the argument, and you can also check this song specific checkbox if you want the button to be used only on the current song and not for every song. And also you can edit the script from here or delete the script button. Okay, now I'm going to show you another example that use the keyboard shortcut. So as we saw earlier, we have the same script that is used with Alt R and Alt P. The script is create loop for sections, so the first one will create a record loop and the other one, Alt P, will create a play loop. So what we have to do is to click at the beginning or in the middle of a section. For example, if I click here, we are in the verse section, and I hit R, it will create a record loop and it will use the name of the section to name this loop. So if we go to another verse section, we can hit Alt P and it will create a play loop, and it will link it to the record loop, because the corresponding record loop, because it has the same name. We can do it here again, so it works. However, if we create the play loop here in the chorus, it will create the play loop with the chorus name, but it's not linked to a section because the chorus record doesn't exist. Okay, so let's just create a record loop for the chorus section and a play loop for the other chorus section. So now we have something that is coherent with the record and play configuration of the song. Or even better than that, you can, when you create a new song, you can use the Add Loops Selected Track button to create all the loops that you need for a track. For example, if I get rid of these loops, I select the guitar track and I hit the button. The script will create all the loops. The first time it encounters a new section, it will create a record loop. And the second time or the other times that it encounters a section that is known, it will just create a play loop and link it to the first record loop. Now let me show you another use of the script. So this script is used to create a report to see if your song is consistent with the chords that you're using. Let's just show the chords here, so you see that we have all the chords that we want. So we want to make sure that the chords that are used over a verse, a play verse, will be the same as the chord that were used for the recording for consistency. So that's exactly what this button does. So when we click on this button, so it says that we have a C7 that is different from C at bar 12. So that's not a big deal, but let's check this. So if we go at bar 20, we indeed have a C7, and at bar 12, which was just here, we have a C. So as a matter of fact, in the here for the verse we have a C7 instead of a C, so that's not a big deal. And it's the same thing for the for the other one. So for the next example, we will start a new project by hitting Ctrl N. Okay, now we're gonna hit the Jam template button, and as you can see, the script created 3 tracks and 3 record loops, starting from bar 2 to bar 6, and with a script marker, not a script marker, but a jam marker, configured to start the jam mode at the first empty loop and start in overdub mode and lock all the other record tracks. So as you can see, the guitar was selected, and also the left and right output were selected. So the input and outputs were selected because if you go to the Edit Script button menu, you can see that in the arguments the input was specified and also the outputs. As for the number of tracks and the length of the loops, if we start a new project, you can use the user argument to specify these values. For example, if you want to jam on a 12 bar, you can go 12, and if you want only 2 tracks, you go semicolon 2, and then you hit the button, and now you have only 2 tracks with 12 bar loops. So this is just an example of how to create a template, but as you can see, this could be adapted to your own need or preferences. For the next example, we're going to show how to use a very simple script, send MIDI PC, which is a script that sends a PC message to an external MIDI device. In this example, we're going to use this script to change the drum kit on an external drum machine. So what we have is a first chain that take as inputs keyboard MIDI inputs and also the pads MIDI input, and send it to the external drum machine. And then we have an audio track that will take the input. It's the drum machine audio output that is taken as input and sends it to the external audio output of LoopToGo. So when we press a pad, for example, we can hear the drum, and we use 3 script markers that will, the first one will send a PC command to set the drum machine to the drum kit number 4. The second one will set it to use the drum kit number 25, and the last one will send the PC command of 44. So it will use the drum kit number 44. So if you look at how the marker is set, it just use the send MIDI PC script and use the drum machine as the first parameters and the PC command number as the second parameter. So when we're gonna record some notes here, and we're gonna play the same notes on the second loop and the third loop, but the drum kit will be different. So let's try this. So that script can be very useful. For example, if a guitar amp has a MIDI input to change the setting or any other MIDI devices. In the next example, we're going to show how to use script that can run for some bars. For example, we have 2 scripts here that are called with the script markers. So we have the fade out script, which will turn down the volume. By default, it's for 1 bar, and it will decrease the volume 5 times to reach 0. And the fade in script will do the inverse, so it will increase the volume, and by default it's 1 bar again, but and 5 increases, but we're gonna use some parameters to change the default behavior. So we have a piano, and if we play or record, you will see that the volume slider would go down. So let's try this. And now it will go up. So as you heard, the fade-in was smoother because the default value has been changed. So let's look at the default value. What we use is the fade-in was for 2 bar, and with an increase of 10 increases, 10 steps per bar. What I want to show you now is how to see if there's a script running and how to stop it if we want to. So let's start the fade-in script, and we will pause before the script was completed. So as you can see here, there's a new button, red button, that shows that there is a script running. If we go on, when the script is done, the button disappears. So it means that there's no running script at the moment. So again, if we start the script and do a pause, now if we click on the button, we can stop the script. There's no script running anymore. So let's start the script. And if there is more than one script running, for example, let's say we move this script here, and we continue. Now there's 2 scripts running, the first one and the second one. So if we click here, we will stop the 2 scripts. But if we just want to, let's say we want to stop the fade out, we right click on the button, and then we see the 2 scripts. So we can choose which one we want to stop, and then we can continue. Another very interesting thing that you can do with script is to use a script to have different behavior on a MIDI pedal button, for example, or a keyboard MIDI button. So, for example, I'm gonna use the script which is called One Button Record and Jam. You can find it on the website. So what it does, if the song is stopped, the first time you press it, it will start recording like this. So, and if it's already recording and there's a record loop, it will go into the jam mode. And if you press it again, you will be able to toggle the different mode of the jam mode. And like, for example, record, overdub, lock, etc. And if you double click on this button, it will go out of the jam mode. So the same buttons has many behaviors. So let's try this. So first I will press it, and it will start recording. Then I press again, and now it's in jam mode, so I can play piano over and over. And if I want to do some overdub, I press the button again. So now the notes will repeat, and if I want to go out of the jam mode, I double click on the button, and now it will resume. So that could be very useful in a live performance to use only one button to do what you want to do in a song. And if you noticed, when I linked the button to the script, I specified that I wanted to have the to be song specific. So this behavior will just be associated with a particular song. So for another song, you can use another script, and make it behave in other ways. The next example and the last one, I'm going to show you 3 scripts. There are 2 scripts that are linked to button. They are here arm record and use LED as tempo. The first one is a generic script, could be used with any keyboard brand. But the second one is specific to Arturia, so you might have to adapt the script to fit your whatever brand, keyboard brand you have. So the first script, arm record, what it does is simply it will erase the MIDI data, and then it will set LoopToGo in record arm mode, waiting for to press the record button. But in this example, we won't use the record button to start recording in the free tempo mode. What we're gonna use is we're gonna use another script that will start record with a note. In this case, it's a C3, and it will the script is made in a way that it will call the record shortcut only if the LoopToGo is in arm mode, and also if it's not recording yet. So if we press the keyboard with the Do, it will start recording. Now to end the free tempo mode and start repeating, I press record button on my keyboard. And now for the last example, I'm going to show you the use LED as tempo script. So now I just press this button, and now you have the script running, and the script will turn on the LED to follow the tempo of the song. Let's see it.